You're dying. I'm sorry. You're fucking dying. Today I murdered something to bring you Mental Health Monday. There's a fly buzzing around. Okay, just go and park yourself on the windowsill or something. Sit and chill for a bit and you can live. But as soon as I turn the camera on, he'll fly over here and be like, after several warnings and trying to let him outside because, you know, I'm not an evil man. That motherfucker's dead. He dead. I feel no guilt about it. Mental Health Monday. You may have noticed that Mental Health Monday from last week got pulled down. That is because the brother in question took it quite personally, and I mean, I suppose he could have just not watched it and just left it at that, but he felt the need for me to pull it down, and I absolutely vehemently hate censorship, but I didn't ask him if I could use him as an example, so let's not add to our friends' burdens when we don't need to. So have you ever found yourself doing something that you know is bad for you? Whether it's like death scrolling. You're lying in bed going, I really should get up, but I can just hit snooze again and roll over. The better part of you is sitting there watching, telling you, come on man, do it. I think the worst parts of you are sat there going, nah, let's be a piece of shit. I would love to say like I found a solution for that, but on Saturday I snoozed. And I've told you before, snooze is where dreams go to die. Here I am talking about the snooze button again. I've done so many videos about snoozing. The only time I feel snooze is appropriate is on like a rainy Saturday or Sunday morning and you got your like special someone there and you wake up at your usual morning time, have a quick little oakley doakley, and then like both fall asleep in each other's arms again. And listen to the sound of rain. And then at some point you haul your asses out of bed to go and get like
second breakfast,
coffee, and like a nice brunch. Fuck, that sounds so nice. Alright, one of the like biggest things that will fuck us up in life is comfort. And we touched on that last video. If you rely on something and it just makes you too comfortable, you become dependent on that comfort. It makes it really easy to slip into just sort of not challenging yourself and not pushing yourself. A little bit of comfort here and there to like replenish the soul and just give yourself some like nice warm fuzzies is great and all. Lasagna should just be called the Lasagna channel, because all life lessons come back to lasagna. If I have a lasagna once a year, it's not a problem. But if I have a lasagna every day, I'm going to get really fat, I'm going to be constantly bloated with carb coma. I will pay for it. Balance is really important. Everything in moderation, especially moderation. I don't like just giving you platitudes. If we get used to a comfort, let's say coming home after a rough day and having a beer or having a cone and sitting and playing video games because we're not feeling particularly well. Okay, that's fine, and that's a great way to unwind after a long, horrible week. If that becomes every Saturday and Friday night, you completely like shrink your life, and these little comforts suddenly become dependencies, and we are getting home from a job that we hate every fucking night of the week, getting sedated, and we go to sleep, wake up the next day feeling shitty, and do it all again. We never dedicate any of our time, which is our most limited resource, to getting ourselves out of the situation we're in. We just sedate ourselves to make the situation that we're in more sufferable. I'm not here telling you to constantly live a life of asceticism where you're constantly beating yourself up and constantly taking the hard route. Sometimes you need to be a little bit hard on yourself in order to get to where you want to get to. For example, the view at the top of the Hakarumata steps is beautiful. Is the view worth the hour's walk up those fucking steps? Debatable. But combined with the beautiful adrenaline high and the nice view and the sense of accomplishment, I would say yes. Would those things happen if you didn't go up it? It's really easy to just like tumble down, okay, and roll downhill and end up in a gutter somewhere. But like to get to those places of accomplishment or of achievement or of a better situation than where you currently are, it requires work. It's physics. Acting passively in life is always gonna be bad. The lowest time in my life, real messed up after my dad died. I think I put on like 20, maybe even 30 kilos. Once you start getting to a certain level of fat, you stop appearing in photographs, you stop going on the scales. You just don't wanna know, and you create a blind spot for yourself. And I was coming home from work and I would down 2 packs of Oreos on top of like what I was eating. And I would spend a majority of my nights just baked out of my tree, waiting for the next day to start. That's no way to live. It wasn't until I really became aware of just how like sad this existence was. The cycle of sadness, self-soothing, more sadness, it just keeps going. You need to get to that point of being uncomfortable with the situation in order to change the situation. You need to be able to feel. I think that's why meditation is so useful, however you do your meditation. Ultimately, meditation is awareness. It's like, let's be very honest with the current situation and let's sit there in awareness of the situation so we can then maybe make a change. Some of the best advice when it comes to quitting a vice is to actually just sit in the discomfort of the craving and actually just feel it out and see where it goes and why it's there. Try and just experience it and allow yourself to feel it, but not give in to escape it, because that's really ultimately what you're doing. I am a very romantic person. These are my romantic sensibilities coming out. The suffering that comes with life is important, and it's poetic, and it can be beautiful in its own way. Embracing the roller coaster and actually really feeling the roller coaster, I think, is important. Don't let it control you, but allow yourself to experience it. It's better to have loved and lost than to not have loved at all, because if it doesn't hurt after this person is gone, whether they've died or they've moved on, then you obviously didn't care that much, so how special was it? Holy shit! We'll always love. It's just part of the cycle, it's part of the process, and there's an immense anxiety when it comes to falling in love with someone. You're nervous, you're scared, you're just like, do they think, do they this? It's just stupid, but it's this gorgeous, like, internal drama, you know? And then you see them and they smile and you're just like, holy crap, the world makes sense. Doesn't matter if everything's on fire, it's like you're here and I'm here, and that's beautiful. You feel so alive because you're so just in touch with your emotions. It's such an intense and beautiful experience, including the highs, including the lows. And I think that's why I like the sort of music that I like. I like making the sort of music that I like. I love that just roller coaster of intensity and emotion. It just, oh, real. I think it's probably very anti-Zen to like say that emotions are real. Like, thoughts aren't real, they're not necessarily yours, etc. If we are divine beings who have forgotten that we are, you know, ultimately consciousness and spirit, an illusion of perception.
Alex, have you ever done DMT?
Or a journey for us to learn, etc. It's like, great. And the reason is to not become slaves to those emotions and to those vices so that we can return to being all-knowing, all-wise. That's great. The path to spiritual attainment is awesome and important, and it's a great way to live your life. But you gotta get on the roller coaster sometime. And romance, not, you know, lovey-dovey romance, but like this idea of just the ups, the downs, it just, fuck, it's cool. Even when it hurts, even when it sucks, fuck, it's cool. Be aware of your feelings. Do not try and sedate and escape from them. Be aware of them, feel them, experience them. Because if anything, we are here to live, and so let's live deliberately, as opposed to trying to be safe or comfortable. Let us embrace life, warts and all, and the warts make us appreciate the beauty, and vice versa. Can't all be happy, upbeat pop all the time. Bleh, bleh. To tie this back to the rainy Saturday snuggles, imagine you work your ass off all week, you rip yourself out of bed every morning to go to the gym and live your life in the pursuit of what you believe in. And then your Saturday is that sacred day for you to just be lazy with your special someone. If it's every day, you'll eventually hate one another. Familiarity breeds contempt. Bitch, I'm bored. Yeah, you're all snuggly and shit, but come on, let's go do something. It doesn't matter how nice he or she is. It's just a fact of life. So it's like, make your special moments special and make your hard work for those special moments the best that you can make it. Contrast is a beautiful thing. Prog is the best genre. You're gorgeous. Don't stop being you.
The world is like a ride at an amusement park, and when you choose to go on it, you think it's real, because that's how powerful our minds are. And the ride goes up and down and round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored, and it's very loud, and it's fun for a while. Some people have been on the ride for a long time, and they begin to question, is this real, or is this just a ride? And other people have remembered, and they come back to us, and they say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid, ever, because this is just a ride, and we kill those people.